Okay, on the next set of questions, it's asking you to write them in slope-intercept form. So that means I need them in the form y equals a number times x plus b, the y-intercept, and then you're going to graph them. So for number 6, if I'm solving this for y, right here, so we're going to move the 4x term to the other side, so we would subtract 4x from both sides. That's going to give me negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 12. Now, these are not like terms. One of them, 12, is a constant. Negative 4x is a variable expression, so I can't just combine them and make this an 8x. We don't know what x is. If x is 10, then this is negative 40, and I could then subtract negative 40 and 12. But x could be 100. We don't know. So we just bring both of these terms down. Now the only other thing I have is y has been multiplied by negative 2, so the opposite is we're going to divide every single term by negative 2. So in simplest form, we would have y is equal to negative 4 divided by negative 2 is a positive 2x, that's my slope, and a positive 12 divided by negative 2 is a negative 6. So on my graph, I'm going to start at negative 6. My slope is 2. So slope is a rise over a run. So I'm going to rise up 2 units, run 1 unit. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And it should look something like this. Now in number 7, again, it says that we are going to put it in slope-intercept form, so I need to get y alone. If you think back to the video we watched at the beginning of this week. So in this case, I would subtract the x from both sides. That gives me 2y equals negative x minus 8. Again, negative x and negative 8, we can't combine them, so we just bring both terms down. This time my coefficient of y is 2, so I divide by a positive 2 every single term. So now my equation is y equals, and the coefficient of x here is 1, so that would be a negative 1/2 slope times x minus 4. So to graph this equation, I'm going to go on the y-axis to negative 4. That's the y-intercept. My slope is negative 1 over 2. So my top number tells me to either go up or down. Since it's negative, I'm going to go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Conversely, I could go up 1, but then I would have to go back 2. That still gives me a negative slope. So the graph of that equation should look like this. The last one, again, we're solving for y. This time we already have an x term on the other side. We don't have a coefficient. So that should tell you right now that more than likely this is going to go through the origin. So if we divide by a negative 3 on both sides, we have y is equal to negative 18 divided by negative 3 is a positive 6x. So if I don't have a b, then b here is 0. That means it goes through the origin. So that's my starting point. 6x, so 6 is my slope, and as a fraction it would be 6 over 1. So I'm going to go up 6 units over 1 unit. I could also go down 6 units and back 1 unit, and it gives me this very steep line like that. And that should be our final question for our quiz. Now, we will have a re-quiz next week. This one is going to count for 14 points. The next one will count double that. You need to be practicing those IXLs. You can also practice in Khan Academy, but really practice on graphing those lines. Check every single thing. Check your slope, check your y-intercept. Make sure that it's either positive or negative slope according to whatever you're graphing.